few notes I will give next. So notes number one. Note number one. Let slope of the line L1 is some M1. Slope of the line L1 is M1, and that of L2 is M2. L2 slope is M2. Then in this one, first point is, if L1 is parallel to L2, L1 is parallel to L2. If the two lines are parallel, their slopes are equal. Then slope of L1 is equal to slope of L2. So because this is the x-axis, suppose this is the line L1 and L2. So these two are parallel means the angle made by the lines with the positive direction of x-axis are same. That's why slopes are same. This is the point number one. Next, point number two is, if L1 is perpendicular to L2. If L1 is perpendicular to L2. Actually, parallel notation is that is L1 is parallel to L2. This is the notation for parallel. L1 is perpendicular to L2. That is, perpendicular notation is L1 is like this, perpendicular to L2. This is the notation for perpendicular, reverse T. So why that is the notation? Because this angle is what? 90 degrees. That's why we use that notation. So if L1 is perpendicular to L2, then product of the slopes is -1. Then M1 into the product of the slopes is -1. Why? I'll give the proof. To prove for this one, suppose this is x-axis. Suppose L1 is this one. So this is the line L1, and L1 is which is perpendicular to L2. Therefore, here the angle is, suppose this angle is 90 degrees. So this is the line L1. L1 is equal to 0, and this one is L2 is equal to 0. Angle between the two lines is 90 degrees. Then what we need to prove? Product of the slopes is -1. The slope of the L1 is M1. The slope of this L2 is M2. Suppose L1 makes an angle theta with positive direction of x-axis. Then what is the slope of L1? M1 is equals to tan theta. This is the slope of L1. Now the slope of L2 is equal to what? This one, this angle. So what is this angle? So we have from school mathematics, from plane geometry, in a triangle, exterior angle is equal to sum of the opposite interior angles. Or if this angle 90, this is theta, means this interior angle is equal to what? 90. This is 90 plus theta. So this angle is equals to what? So this 90 plus theta, you can say like this, 90 plus theta. Exterior angle is equal to sum of the opposite interior angles. So in a triangle, sum of the angles is what? 180 degrees. Yes or no? 180 degrees. Therefore, this is 90 plus theta. So remaining angle is what? This angle is equal to what? 90 minus theta. Yes or no? So like if this is 90 minus theta, therefore this would be 90 plus theta, because in straight line the angle is 180 degrees or pi radians. Like that, or exterior angle is equal to sum of the opposite interior. Therefore, the angle made by the line L2 with the positive direction of x-axis is 90 plus theta. Slope of the line is what? Tan theta is equal to what? M2 is equal to what? Tan. This M2 is equal to what? Tan 90 plus theta. So what is tan 90 plus theta? Second quadrant, it becomes cot. Tan is negative in second quadrant, minus cot theta. Therefore, slope of the first line, M1 is tan theta and M2 is minus cot theta. Therefore, product of the slopes is what? Tan theta into minus cot theta, which is equal to what? Minus 1. Therefore, m1, m2 is equal to minus 1. You memorize this one. If the two lines are perpendicular, then the product of the slopes is what? Minus 1. If the two lines are parallel, then m1 is equal to m2. Slopes are equal. Clear?
Clear, sir.
Yes. So from in any question, if the two lines are perpendicular, then what is the relation between the slopes m1 m2 equal to minus 1, or else you can say like this: m1 is equal to minus 1 by m2, or m2 is equals to minus 1 by m1. This is the relation. So this is the second point. Next, third point is if the slope of a line is if slope of line L1 is m, then the slope of line L2, the slope of line L2 is perpendicular to L1 will be what? Minus 1 by m from this one. This one, product of the slope, because m into minus 1 by m is minus 1. The slope of the line is m, its perpendicular line slope is minus 1 by m. Diagrammatically, suppose this is L1, this one is L2. So suppose this is L1 is equal to 0. Suppose the slope of this line is suppose m. This one is L2 is equal to 0. This angle is suppose 90 degrees. Therefore, the slope of this line is equal to minus 1. So it's a third point. Next one is, fourth one is, so fourth point is, let L is ax plus by plus c equal to 0, given line. Therefore, its slope is equal to what? Slope is minus a by b. This is the slope. These are minus of coefficient of x by coefficient of y. Or you can write it is in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. Therefore, m is the slope. So this is the slope. Then any line parallel to this given line. How many parallel lines are possible for a given line? Suppose the given line is, this line is suppose this one. So this is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. So how many parallel lines are possible for given line? For L is equal to 0, we have infinitely many parallel lines are possible. Yes or no? This side and this side, infinitely many parallel lines. So all these parallel lines, for all these parallel lines, for parallel lines means what? Slopes are same. Therefore, minus a by b will be the same. So this part will be same because the slope comes from this part, that is minus a by b. That's why for all the lines, infinitely many parallel lines are possible. For all the lines, this part will be same. They differ by only this constant. This value changes. That's why for all these lines, the only difference is what? Constant. That's why all these infinitely many lines can be represented by ax plus by. The slope part will be same, plus some lambda is equal to 0. So lambda is a parameter, or lambda is a real number. So parameter, it's a real number. So the line which is parallel to given line can be taken as ax plus by plus c equal to 0. For a parallel line, ax plus by plus c equal to 0 can be written as ax plus by plus lambda equal to 0. So now, right, line, therefore any line parallel to ax plus by plus c equal to 0 can be taken as ax plus by plus lambda equal to 0. It's important one. Memorize this. So fourth one. Next, suppose fifth point. Suppose the given line is that L is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. So now what you do is, yes, its slope is what? Minus a by b. Minus a by b. Therefore, now the given line is this ax plus by plus c equal to 0. How many perpendicular lines are possible for the given line? Similarly, infinitely many perpendicular lines are possible for the given line. Infinitely many perpendicular lines are possible. So this is the given line ax plus by plus c equal to 0. So infinitely many perpendicular lines are there. So how to write these infinitely many perpendicular lines? How to write the perpendicular line means slope of the given line m is equal to minus a by b. Just before we have seen, if the two lines are perpendicular, then slope of the two lines, product of the slopes is minus 1. Otherwise, slope of L is m. The slope of its perpendicular line is minus 1 by this m. Therefore, that's why the slope of these perpendicular lines will be minus 1 by m. That is minus 1 by m is minus a by b. Minus a by b. Minus a by b. That is equals to what? B by. Therefore, how to write the equation then? The slope must be b by a. So equation of the perpendicular lines you can write like this: bx minus ay plus differ by constant also plus lambda equal to 0. Yes or no? Slope of this line is what? Minus b by minus a. That is b by. Just what you do to write the perpendicular line to given line a and b, interchange this coefficient. Therefore, write the coefficient of y to coefficient of x and coefficient of x to coefficient of y and put minus here and change the constant also. So these are perpendicular lines. Therefore, right, similar to this one, any line perpendicular to given line L1 is equal to ax plus by plus c equal to 0 can be taken as bx minus ay plus some lambda equal to 0. Bx minus ay plus lambda equal to 0. Clear? These 5 points?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Memorize all these 5 points. Right. Next, one example, simple example we will take. Suppose any line parallel to some 3x plus 4y plus 7 equal to 0 is what? 3x plus 4y plus some lambda equal to 0, lambda or k any. Next, any line in this one only. Any line perpendicular to same line 3x plus 4y plus 7 equal to 0 is just 4x minus 3y plus some lambda 1 is equal to 0. So this is the thing. Right.